What did I just watch? Alright, so Transformers Age of Extinction is the fourth installment within the Transformers franchise, and in the film, the government has ceased their ties with the Autobots, so they're hunting them down with the help of this bounty hunter when Mark Wahlberg is trying to put his daughter through college, and he finds an old busted up truck, except one thing, the busted up truck is actually Optimus Prime's. And they have to escape before the government catches them, and you can probably tell that my energy is a little drained, and it's because one reason: this is probably the worst movie I have ever watched. Do I have a positive? Sure, there were a couple of cool-ish scenes, but that's about it! You guys know I have expressed my hatred for Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. Age of Extinction, in my opinion, makes Revenge of the Fallen look as good as the first Transformers movie was. First of all, we know the biggest problem with these movies is they don't focus enough on the Autobots. They focus too much on the humans. This movie is 2 hours and 45 minutes long. Nearly an hour passes by where we're grouped with a bunch of humans that we just do not care about before anything related to the Autobots or Decepticons even happens. At first you'd think, hey, they got some pretty stellar cast members. They got TJ Miller, Mark Wahlberg, and Stanley Tucci. This is gonna be great, right? Well, wrong. At the end of the day, they're as poorly written as everything else is in this hot mess. In a movie called Transformers, who actually cares that Mark Wahlberg is trying to put his kid through college? Whip-de-frickin-do! Oh yeah, and Optimus Prime and Bumblebee are back with a bunch of their friends, but they are so irrelevant that I couldn't even tell you what they were still on Earth for. And it's not Sam Witwicky, you know, the one character we actually cared about in all of these films, because he's gone, and Bumblebee doesn't mention him, and Optimus Prime doesn't mention him, and it just seems like they ultimately didn't really care about him. And don't give your hope up for Grimlock and the rest of the Dinobots, because they're just as useless as everything else in this movie. Okay, now here's the worst part. I know as far as the Transformers movies go, I say if everything else sucks horrendously, the technical aspects of these films are always great. Not this one! Every special effect that is in this movie is horrendous. There are these new Transformer type things that are introduced, and they transform by turning into these little Rubik's Cube type things that spin around in the air and transform into different objects. Well, they look like something you can make in Adobe After Effects. Not to mention, this movie's almost 3 hours long. It feels like it's about 5 hours long, and Michael Bay decided for the second into the third act to just have stuff blow up, have Autobots fighting Decepticons, have none of it matter, so it just like a bunch of special effects nonsense on the screen for no reason whatsoever. It was the same kind of loud, obnoxious nonsense that was in Revenge of the Fallen. And why do I keep bringing up Revenge of the Fallen in this review? Because Age of Extinction and Revenge of the Fallen have the same rating, so I'll say Transformers Age of Extinction, you piece of garbage, stay in your shorts! Honestly, I couldn't tell you which was worse, Resident Evil The Final Chapter or Transformers Age of Extinction. But thank you all so much for coming on this journey with me. It's a lot of fun, and just keep in mind that Transformers The Last Night is officially in theaters next week. So I will have that review up for you, and hopefully it's much better than this film was. But as always, it is what you guys say that matters. So have you seen Transformers? Don't ever watch this movie. Save yourself. But I do want to ask, what is your favorite out of all of the Transformers movies? Leave a comment down below telling me your thoughts. And if you like what you've heard here and you want to see more, click right there and subscribe and become part of the fray of nerds who love cinema. You all have a fantastic day.